Welcome to my channel. Today we will make a very tasty rasmalai at home. For that I have taken 1 liter of milk. We have to curdle the milk to make the rasmalai. Take the juice of 1 whole lemon, add the same amount of water and mix it and keep it ready. Now use a spoon and keep stirring the milk so that a layer doesn't form on it. So keep stirring the milk, and when you see small bubbles around the corner, you can start adding the lemon juice to it. You add the lemon juice little by little to it. If it is fresh milk, it will curdle immediately, but on packet milk it takes a little more time than the fresh milk to curdle. So keep adding lemon juice little by little and keep stirring until it is curdled completely. Only then you will get more chana for the 1 liter of milk. So keep adding the lemon juice and keep stirring it. You can add lemon juice, or you may also add white vinegar with the same amount of water, and you can use the vinegar also to curdle the milk. So use any one, whichever you have. Now when it starts curdling, keep adding the milk. There is no need to switch off the stove and keep it closed. Then the chana will not form properly to make a rasmalai. So let it be on stove, keep it on medium and keep adding the milk. It will start boiling. That is good to it, so that the amount of chana that you get will be more. So let it boil, and you can see that it is beginning to curdle, and it is curdling well, and the water that is separated from that will be greenish yellow. Until then you will see that you keep adding the lemon juice, and it can boil, and when you see the transparent water, you can switch off the stove and then strain it. So watch for it. Now the water is greenish yellow and the chana has also formed well. Now take a strainer, place it on a vessel and put a clean cloth or a cheesecloth on top of the strainer. Press it a little so that the curdled milk doesn't spill out. So when you press it a little inside, it will be easy to pour the curdled milk in it. Pour the curdled milk. When the water has drained, add some cold water to it, about half a liter of water to it, because we add lemon juice or vinegar to it. When you add this cold water, that flavor will be washed away. So add the water and then squeeze it. The chana will be very hot, so be careful to use it carefully. Squeeze it. There is no need to make it dry, because you need a little moisture for the chana. So squeeze out the extra water and leave the chana on the strainer for some time, so that the excess water on the cloth will also be drained out completely. By then we have to prepare the milk for the rasmalai. I have taken 3/4 liter of milk. That is enough for 1 liter of chana. You can add 3/4 liter of milk. Add the milk and boil it well. This milk has to be boiled well, because we are going to cook the chana and put it into this milk to soak. So when the milk is little hot, add half a teaspoon of saffron to it. Saffron is the thing that's going to give color and flavor to the rasmalai. So add it in the beginning itself. So when the milk is boiling, the flavor and color of the saffron will be mixed to the milk, which will give very good taste for the rasmalai. Keep stirring, because a layer should not form on top, so you have to keep stirring it. Keep stirring, and you can boil the milk for about 15 to 20 minutes. There is no need to reduce the milk, but it has to boil for that amount of time on medium flame, so that the milk doesn't reduce, but the flavor will be really very good. Keep stirring, and say about 15 to 20 minutes, then you can add 3 to 4 tablespoons of sugar to it. Add about 3 to 4 tablespoons of sugar, taste it and see if you need more sweet, you may add more sugar to it. So, it depends on how much sugar you need. 3 to 4 will do well, it will be good. So, mix the sugar well and allow it to boil. It has to boil for another 5 to 10 minutes after adding the sugar. Only then the milk will be very tasty. When it is boiling, after adding the sugar, when it is boiling, add cardamom powder to it. So, when you add the cardamom powder, it is going to give you real good aroma. The kitchen will be very aromatic with this milk. So, let it boil. It should boil really well. It should be a rolling boil like this for about 5 to 10 minutes. So, when you boil it that way, the taste of the milk will be really good. You can, after about 5 to 10 minutes, when you see you can get the smell of the boiling milk, it will be different and you can know that it's boiled properly. Then you can switch off the stove. Let it cool for 5 minutes. By then the chana will be ready to make. When you break the chana, it will break, and when you make a ball out of it, you can make a ball. So, this is the type of consistency that we require to make the chana. Add 1 teaspoon of rava, the semolina to it, that is for the binding. Otherwise, the chana can break when you are boiling it in the sugar syrup. So, mix it well and start kneading it, with your hand nicely, so that you will get a very soft chana. The kneading requires to be done with the heel of the palm, not the center of the palm. If you don't have time, you may add it to the mixie and pulse it 3 to 4 times and then start mixing it when the chana will be very soft. It has to be soft, it will be like a maida dough, but it will be really very soft. When it is smooth and soft like this, you make small balls out of it. Now, take small pieces, small half a lemon size of a ball, and roll it in your between your palm, tight, a little tight, and roll it nicely and flatten it. You can keep it round or oval, that's up to you, but see that there are no cracks in it. It should be smooth on both the sides and the corners, so that it does not break when it is boiling in this sugar syrup. Now, make this kind of malai for prepare the whole thing. By then, add about 1 liter of water and 200 grams of sugar to it, and make it's not a syrup, but you will boil the sugar water. Add, just open 1 cardamom and put it into it for the flavor of the cardamom in the sugar syrup. It is not a syrup, there is no need to have a sticky syrup or anything. When the sugar is dissolved and the water is boiling, add that chana to it and let it boil and start floating on top. When it is floating on top, it will be double the size of what you put inside. When you boil it like this, it will absorb the sugar syrup inside and it will be more tasty. But if you think you want to make it faster, you can put it in a pressure cooker and just give 1 whistle, that is enough. And it will start floating on top and the size will be double. When you touch it, it will be very soft. It will be very soft. Take the chana on a plate, and it's better to keep it in the freezer for about just 10 minutes so that it doesn't break. Now, after 10 minutes, take the chana and put it into the milk. This has to soak in the milk at least for 4 to 5 hours. Only then the milk will be absorbed inside the rasmalai and it will taste good. After about 4 to 5 hours, or you can keep it overnight also, you add this is called saraparappu. You get this instead of badam, pista and cashews, you can add this. It will be very tasty. You get it in all the supermarkets, and this rasmalai is really very tasty. It will be very soft. It will be like the store bought. There is no need for you to go to the shop to buy it. It will be very tasty and everyone will enjoy it. If you are viewing my the channel for the first time, please do subscribe, press the bell icon and choose all option so that you will get notification for all the videos that I post and you will not be missing any videos. I am sure everyone will make this recipe, enjoy it, and I am sure all of you are going to like it, and there are going to be many more subscribers, and sure you are going to enjoy it and be happy because you can make a lovely, wonderful, delicious sweet at home, which is not very difficult. You need only about half an hour or so to make it. Let's meet in the next video.